Yeah, hey, how you doing? I'm doing fine. I'm on my 10 toes, nigga. I'm on the grind.
Yo, welcome back to our channel. Rating with your boy Shrimp.
It's your girl Zai.
And today we back with a
motherfucking banger.
Who we got today, man?
We got the downfall of O Block.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Presented here by Hip Hop David.
Yeah, hey, you be doing your thing, you know what I'm saying?
Talk to you.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, let's tune in.
For the past few years, O Block has been running the rap game and also the streets of Chicago. But the gang has also suffered countless losses and pressure from cops, especially after the murder.
Oh yeah, also, if we ask questions, it's because we don't motherfucking know.
Exactly. We don't know nobody niggas like that.
Know. We don't be people ask us like that. We just do the music and that's it. So just inform us. Don't be like,
don't get slick, because we won't get slick back.
And y'all don't like how we get slick.
Y'all don't. Y'all be crying and shit. Oh, come on, man.
Chicago.
Yeah.
But the gang has also suffered countless losses and pressure from cops, especially after the murder of the gang's main op, FBG Duck. Let's get into the rise and fall of O Block. The Parkway Garden Homes, now known as O Block, is a low-income housing complex on the 6400 block of South King Drive. Built in the 1950s, it was a popular area for working-class black families and was even home to famous residents like Michelle Obama and Dwayne Wade. But as crime picked up in the late 80s and early 90s, it became a major hub for gang activity. Early on, the building was controlled by Mickey Cobras and Gangsta Disciples, but by the mid-90s, the Black Disciples took control. In the early 2000s, the BDs in Parkway Gardens started going by the name Wick City, which stood for Wild, Insane, Crazy. In the late 2000s, Wick City began beefing with a nearby set of the Gangsta Disciples called STL-EBT. Their hood was around 63rd and St. Lawrence, which is right around the corner from O Block. Like most beef in Chicago.
Right around the corner.
And niggas beefing.
And niggas beefing, dog. Dying.
By the block.
That's not theirs.
Chicago, it's not clear exactly where the tension started, but in 2010, a Wick City member named Reezy was allegedly murdered by someone from STL-EBT, which led to a series of retaliation murders and a decade-long war that still goes on to this day. On August 11th, 2011, a high-ranking member of Wick City named Odie Perry was shot and killed on the 400 block of East 64th Street, right around the corner from Parkway Gardens. After Odie's death, Wick City changed its name to O Block in honor of his memory. No one was ever arrested for Odie's murder, but his death was rumored to be retaliation for the death of an STL-EBT member named Tuka.
Damn!
All these just dying left or right.
What the fuck? They not playing. That's what I'm saying. That's why I guess I never been attracted to or even wanted to date a guy like that that's into the streets. Cause nigga, what the fuck? I'm not gonna fall in love with your ass and then you end up getting shot up because you want to be in the streets.
That shit
Like,
crazy.
I'm not too old for that shit.
But his death was rumored to be retaliation for the death of an STL-EBT member named Tuka. Shondell Gregory.
I heard that name. Yeah, we heard that name.
Dirt be saying that name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be retaliation for the death of an STL-EBT member named Tuka. Shondell Gregory, aka Tuka, was a 15-year-old GD who was killed a few months earlier while waiting for the bus.
15.
His murder is believed to be retaliation for the murder of a BD named Edric Ty Walker, who was killed in 2009. Odie Perry was shot on Tuka's birthday, and it's been said that OD may have been involved in his murder. It's also been rumored that OD was killed by one of Tuka's best friends, a teenage girl named K.I., who was allegedly one of STL-EBT's main shooters. But that ain't never been confirmed, and some say K.I. wasn't the actual killer. The deaths of both Tuka and OD Perry was two of the biggest events that started the beef between O Block and STL-EBT. Plus, around that time, drill music was just starting to go mainstream, which also had an impact on what was going on in the streets. In January 2012, Chief Keef dropped the song 300, which featured the bar, "Fuck a Tuka Gang, Chump 300." Bringing the O Block STL.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, I remember I previously asked you before, but you know we don't know for sure.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, we don't. Like, we gonna ask y'all: is Chief Keef and Dirt like they always been beefing, or are they beefing, or was they friends at one point? Cause I could have sworn they was together at one point.
Who was she? Said Chief Keef and who?
Lil Dirt.
Oh.
Like OTF and O Block, but that's the same gang or is it not? Like, I don't know.
She just asking. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm asking, and if like I said before, if I'm asking, I genuinely don't fucking know.
Bad, babe.
300, which featured the bar, Fuck a Tuka Gang, Chump 300, bringing the O Block STL-EBT beef into the music. Then 2 months later, he dropped a song and video for I Don't Like, which quickly popped off and introduced the rest of the world to drill music.
In middle school?
My shit.
Oh my God, dog.
That's that shit I don't
Everyone
like.
saying that shit.
He dropped a song and video for I Don't Like, which quickly popped off and introduced the rest of the world to drill music. The wave of new music shined a spotlight on Chicago, and suddenly, dudes from the South Side was becoming major stars.
Dirt used to look
Lil
good.
Durk signed a deal with Def Jam in 2013, and other rappers from the area like Lil Reese, Fredo Santana, L.A. Capone, and Rondo Number 9.
Hey, can Lil Reese rap? I see people be trying them. I never tried his music.
You never listen to I never listen to his music.
But niggas be trying them, I see.
And other rappers from the area like Lil Reese, Fredo Santana, L.A. Capone, and Rondo Number 9 was also getting major looks from the industry. But even though there was rappers on both sides of the war, it was mainly BD rappers who was getting the attention. So, over the next few years, O-Block had a major influence on the rap game. But drill music ain't just have an impact on the music industry. It also started to influence what was going on in the streets. Rappers dissing each other's hoods and dead homies in songs only increased the violence, especially between O-Block and 63rd. On April 11, 2014, K.I. was killed after being shot.
Ain't 63rd. Vaughn be saying that shit.
Yeah, and look, it's like, I don't get it. When they kill a bitch, and then somebody get retaliation, do they kill that person retaliation like, oh yeah, this shit gonna make all them niggas stop that? You feel me?
That's what they expect, but they keep on
But
going on.
no, it's gonna keep going back and forth like fucking ping pong. It's never gonna end. Like he said, it's been going on for years.
This shit ain't gonna stop. Cops can't even do shit about this
The
shit.
cops don't. The cops
they
in
like that
Chicago,
shit.
they is fucking corrupted as
They
hell.
letting the black community kill off their own selves. That's what they doing.
And they be fucking working with the gang members and shit. They so fucking corrupted, and I don't care if a nigga from Chicago PD looking at this. Just don't come for me though.
In O-Block and 63rd. On April 11, 2014, K.I. was killed after being shot while walking the 6400 block of South Eberhard Ave. Her killer was never arrested, but is believed to have been committed by one of O-Block's most famous artists, King Von.
Damn.
Von and K.I. had a complicated relationship, where they often diss each other online while borderline flirting. But there was also sworn ops. Von was questioned by police in connection with K.I.'s murder, but the DA didn't pursue the case due to lack of evidence. But even though Von got out of that case, he still got caught up in another murder case that almost cost him his freedom. In July 2014, Von was arrested in connection with the murder of Malcolm Stuckey and the attempted murder of 2 other men. Von and Stuckey was both at the same house party the night he was killed. Police said Von recruited another BD from O-Block named Big Mike to carry out the shooting. Big Mike confirmed this by telling authorities that they both fired at the group, but that it was Von's idea and he was the one who fired the kill shot.
What?
At the last minute,
So this
Mike
nigga fucking snitch.
Cause he trying to get a lighter sentence. That's all it is.
refused to testify and ruined the case for the prosecution. But since he admitted to the shooting, Mike was sentenced to 28 years, and Von was allowed to walk since he kept quiet after spending about 2 years locked up fighting the case. While he was locked up, Von saw all his homies doing their thing in the music industry. So he decided to start rapping when he got out. Durk signed him to OTF not long after he was released, and he dropped his first official single, Crazy Story, on December 6, 2018. The song went viral and quickly racked up millions of views. Out of all Chicago drill rappers, Von had some of the best bars and storytelling abilities. Plus, he had the respect in the streets to back up his music. In just a short period of time, he became one of the most talked about rappers in the game, further pushing O-Block's position.
Not enough, yeah. That nigga really went up when he fucking died. That's
right. People wasn't even giving him enough credit when he was here.
Nah, bro. Don't sleep on him, man.
In just a short period of time, he became one of the most talked about rappers in the game, further pushing O-Block's position in the music industry. But by that time, the GDs was also starting to get noticed. In January 2018, FBG Duck, a rapper from STL EBT, and one of O-Block's main ops, dropped the track Slide. This song became a major hit and featured 21 Savage on the remix. Duck was making music for a while, and there was plenty of other GD rappers who had built a buzz in the city. But this was the first time that someone from STL EBT gained traction in the industry. Duck and other rappers from STL claimed they was being blackballed by Durk and other rappers from O-Block who had all the clout and connections. But sadly, right when Duck was starting to gain momentum, he was shot and killed while out shopping in Chicago's Gold Coast neighborhood. Around 4:30 p.m. on August 4th, 2020, Duck was outside a store on East Oak Street when 2 cars pulled up and 4 dudes hopped out and opened fire.
The blood out on the ground and shit. But people, bro, this shit is stressing me out, y'all. Oh my God, so many bodies.
Duck was shot multiple times along with his girlfriend and another man he was with. They was all rushed to the hospital where Duck was pronounced dead at just 26. A few weeks before his murder, Duck dropped a ruthless diss track called
These
Dead.
niggas be looking older than their age, bro. Some of y'all like,
Cause them drugs and that alcohol.
I don't think these niggas in 30s. Or about to hit.
He look old. No, I'm saying they take all them drugs and shit. They be looking so unhealthy. Like Black be cracking like a motherfucker.
Just 26. A few weeks before his murder, Duck dropped a ruthless diss track called Dead. where he took shots at several dead members from 600 and O Block, including Odie Perry. Police think the song likely contributed to his murder. Just a few months later, King Von was also killed in a completely unrelated shooting. He bumped into Quando Rondo outside of a hookah lounge in Atlanta, and a fight broke out. They was allegedly beefing over a female. Plus, Von also had problems with NBA YoungBoy, who signed Quando Rondo. When Von started punching Rondo, one of his homies, Lil Tim, pulls out his burner and started letting off shots, killing Von and other members of that group.
Damn.
No
Wait,
fucking-
so Von was the only nigga that died that night?
He was.
But he said he killing Von and members of his group. So he killed more than one person?
I thought he only killed Vaughn. Hold on.
This sparked a beef between out his burner and started letting off shots. When Von started punching Rondo, one of his homies, Lil Tim, pulls out his burner and started letting off shots, killing Von and other members of that group.
See?
This sparked a beef between O Block and
How come no one ain't speak about other people?
Right, what the fuck? I hate when shit like that happens.
Damn, I didn't know that.
They started letting off shots, killing Von and other members of that group. This sparked a beef between O Block and NBA that's still currently active. Many say the death of King Von was the beginning of the end for O Block. He had so much momentum behind him, he could have taken his hood to a new level. But like a lot of rappers these days, he was never able to truly reach his full potential. To make matters worse, all the violence was attracting the attention of the police, who was closely investigating O Block, especially after the murder of FBG Duck. In July 2020, the FBI arrested 23 members of the Black Disciples as part of an investigation into drug and gun trafficking in the South Side. During the investigation, law enforcement seized 24 firearms, more than 13 kilos of cocaine, a kilo of heroin, 750 grams of fentanyl, 378 grams of crack, and over $50,000 in cash. The investigation named Darnell McMiller, aka Murder, as one of the main leaders.
You know these niggas moving weight for real.
That's what I was vague. I was literally just about to say this ain't no you ain't get dying bad little shit like
God
these niggas
damn.
moving weights.
$1,000 in cash. The investigation named Darnell McMiller, aka Murder, as one of the main leaders of the Black Disciples, who was arrested and hit with federal gun and firearms charges.
Damn.
Other high-ranking members of the gang was also arrested in the indictment, which put a major dent on their operations in the streets of Chicago. Plus, just a few months before that happened, it was announced that Parkway Gardens was being put up for sale. When that news broke, Lil Durk claimed he was going to get the money together and buy it, no matter the price. But by the time the news was released to the public, someone had already bought the building.
Damn.
It ain't clear who bought it or what they plan on doing with it, but it seems likely it'll be torn down and redeveloped, kicking out many of the current residents. O Block has been a major.
I hate that.
They
But,
finna
like-
turn into a white community.
yeah, I hate that shit, but something had to be done, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, freaking Lil Durk should have been about that shit, though. You know what I mean?
headquarters for the Black Disciples for many years. So the sale of the building will make it difficult for the gang to continue to operate on a street level, especially with so much pressure from the police. The murder of FBG Duck only made the gang a bigger target and eventually resulted in a RICO indictment. On October 13, 2021, 5 members of O Block, including Moowop, Kenny Mack, C Murda, C Thing, and Los, was arrested for federal racketeering.
They know every fucking name, bro. Like,
Bro,
God
Police,
damn.
bro, police know everybody fucking nickname. I don't think make a Facebook page.
Bro.
A fake Facebook page. That's all they do. And they just watch. Like, who they try to put 2 and 2 together. Oh, this, like, watching Power, how they try to figure out who Ghost was. Like, shit like that.
Moowop, Kenny Mack, C Murda, C Thing, and Los was arrested for federal racketeering offenses, including the murder of Carlton Wheatley, aka FBG Duck. The indictment also charged the men with federal firearms violations and assault in aid of racketeering. According to the indictment, the police used the defendant's own social media to convict them of the crime. The paperwork alleges that members of O Block publicly claim responsibility for their acts of violence in the city of Chicago and use social media and music to increase their criminal enterprise. After the news broke, multiple videos started going around the internet that allegedly showed O Block self-snitching. In one video, Von can be seen handing out huge stacks of cash to dudes from his neighborhood, including his boy Moowop, one of Duck's alleged killers.
Damn.
Another video shows Boss Top, a well-known rapper from O Block, basically confirming that Duck was killed for dissing their dead homies. In the video, the interviewer asked if he knew Duck, and Boss Top responds by saying, "All I know is don't say shit about T-Roy," one of the fallen O Block members who was dissed on Dead. Then there's the
You
line
have
on
to say
Durk's
shit.
track, Shoulda Ducked, with Pooh Shiesty, where he raps, "I told my PO through the gate that I get high as She asked me how high I get. I told her high as Duck." So far, those 5 men were the
Oh,
That
damn.
shit ain't funny. That shit ain't funny. It's like,
so why you laughing?
no, I'm like, it's funny, but not funny in that way. It's like,
like, you nigga don't give a fuck. Like
yeah, like, damn, bro.
what the fuck is wrong with you?
She asked me how high I get. I told her high as duck. So far,
I ain't gonna
those
count though. That shit hard as fuck.
It's hard, bro.
Bro, dark humor is like funny to me because like, why would you say that?
Yeah. So most of the times we were laughing, we ain't laughing at no sad shit for real, bro.
Just like why?
Yeah.
She asked me how high I get. I told her high as duck. So far, those 5 men were the only ones arrested on RICO charges. But it's been rumored that the Chicago PD is set on turning this into a major indictment meant to take down the whole gang. Now, even more evidence has been released connecting the members of O Block to the shooting. The feds recently unsealed an indictment that revealed several of the suspects were caught on surveillance cameras on the way to the scene of the crime. According to the report, someone saw Duck shopping in the Gold Coast and called up the goons from O Block to give them the drop on his location. A minute later, a group of men were caught on camera running down the stairs at O Block and hopping into 2 separate vehicles,
God
a
damn.
Chrysler and Ford Fusion. The 2 cars then sped downtown, blowing through intersections and red lights. The vehicles were caught on multiple cameras
Come
as
on,
they were
if you
speeding.
gonna be doing that shit, you can't be doing shit like that. You gotta act like you gotta be normal. You drive normal and
That
shit. Come on, bro.
Why y'all driving together?
Exactly, bro.
Sped downtown, blowing through intersections and red lights. The vehicles were caught on multiple cameras as they were speeding toward Duck's location. When they pulled up, they immediately hopped out of the car and started shooting at Duck, who was waiting in the line outside the store.
Unless that bitch don't have a license plate on it.
Or let's look. I think he said he was waiting in line, so they probably was on the time limit. Like, let's hurry up and get this thing before he get out of line.
But shit, take the license plate off at least if y'all didn't.
When they pulled up, they immediately hopped out of the car and started shooting at Duck, who was waiting in the line outside the store. After the shooting, the same vehicles were captured on surveillance again, going right back to O Block. According to police, the men arrested for Duck's murder were the ones who were in the vehicle. After searching one of the cars a few days after the shooting, they also found a handwritten note which listed C. Murder's phone number, Facebook, and Instagram. They also found photos online showing the members of O Block posted up with the vehicles using the murder. So it seems like police have actual concrete evidence, not just internet rumors.
What the hell?
That
To make
make no
matters
sense.
even worse, O Block was recently dissed by one of the hottest rappers in the game, NBA Youngboy. Von and Youngboy had personal problems before his death that started with Von hanging out with YB's baby mama, Jania. But since Von was killed by one of Youngboy's artists, he's had beef with the entire gang. But Youngboy was also locked up fighting his own federal firearms charges since March of last year. Now he's been
That
released
nigga
from house
been fighting charges ever since I ever knew your boy,
No,
dog.
literally ever since.
God damn.
All his life he had to fight, goddamn.
was also locked up fighting his own federal firearms charges since March of last year. Now he's been released on house arrest and has been allowed to continue making music from an estate in Utah. Recently, he dropped a track called Bring the Hook, which had the whole internet going crazy because he took shots at King Von and all of O Block. On the song, he raps, "It's that Squid Game. O Block pack get rolled up. Murder what they told us. Atlanta boy get folded up."
We had missed that part, boy. Let me tell
I
you.
think somebody had said it in the comments.
What?
That literally that part.
We missed that the old block part, boy. And them motherfuckers went crazy in the comments.
Ooh, yeah, how y'all missed O Block? They say y'all missed. Shut
They
the
were
fuck
like,
up.
fuck the whole song, bitch. All you need to hear is that little part. And that's
It's
it.
like, damn.
Like, shut the fuck up.
We don't be on every wave.
O Block pack get rolled up. Murder what they told us. Atlanta boy get folded up. It ain't clear what led Youngboy to start sending shots out of nowhere. For a while, it seemed like the beef died down. But maybe he wanted to get this off his chest and felt like now was the time to do it because he may be looking at spending the next few years behind bars. Several rappers close
They
to
said that he's hot, he on house arrest, and now he want to talk his shit.
Ain't he in Utah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
now is the time to do it because he may be looking at spending the next few years behind bars. Several rappers close to Von clapped back in response. Dirk put up a post on social media that said, "Don't claim it if you ain't do it. You still a bitch."
Damn.
Under a photo of him with the portrait of Von. Lil Reese also commented on a Twitter post put up by DJ Academic.
Of course, DJ Academic. Of course, she ain't all the fucking drama, boy.
On Demon Time right now. Sheesh.
A photo of him with the portrait of Von. Lil Reese also commented on a Twitter post put up by DJ Academics, claiming YB was on Demon Time with his new song.
That's my shit.
Reese commented, "That ain't no Demon Time. He just rapping like all the rest of these rappers all rap." NLE Choppa also jumped into the conversation, replying to Lil Reese's post by saying, "I stamped that. This led to a situation between Choppa and Youngboy."
I felt like he should have just stayed out of it, bro.
He
had nothing-
included
had-
his shit in it just for the clout.
Right. Nah, he like, oh, no, I ain't mean nothing. Bro, he should just keep your mouth closed, bro.
He got a song called Free Youngboy.
He trying to be friendly now.
Like when Youngboy was locked up, he had a song called Free Youngboy, and now he talking about he gonna change the name of the song.
Why? Because your boy ain't fucking with him?
I guess so, but it's
You
like
should have kept your mouth closed.
it's too late. Motherfuckers know it's called Free Youngboy. I think he said in the song. I don't even know.
Post by saying, "I stamped that. This led to a situation between Choppa and Youngboy, with one of YB's fans running up on him at the airport
Damn.
for getting involved. The beef between O Block and Youngboy probably won't end anyone's career, but it'll force some fans to pick sides. Even though Dirk and the rest of O Block have a lot of respect in the industry, YoungBoy also has a massive fan base who are willing to run up on rappers in public on his behalf.
Yeah,
Bruh.
anything. His fans are crazy.
One
bro.
thing about YoungBoy, y'all YoungBoy
Nobody got
fans.
his fans.
What?
Nobody. Only one person that had his fans.
Barbies, the Barbs.
No, Michael Jackson.
Oh,
I
Michael
was gonna
Jackson
say,
fans?
yeah, that's
Nah.
another level. I mean, I shouldn't even bring Michael Jackson. That's another
Yeah,
level.
that's different. I'm thinking.
Nicki Minaj, the Barbs, the
Barbs.
Bees, the fucking who else? Shit, the
Barty Gang.
Justin Bieber.
I don't know.
I don't know, shit.
Beeb Gang. Beeb Squad. Bieber
YoungBoy
Fever.
also has a massive fan base who are willing to run up on rappers in public on his behalf. So, while it certainly ain't over for the members of O Block who are already rich, this may be the end of their dominance over the streets and the industry. With the feds watching their every move and the projects being torn down, it might be tough for them to keep the street operations moving. Keith, Von, and Dirk already made O Block a recognized name in the rap game. But
Damn,
without
Dirk.
another hot up-and-coming rapper
Shit.
from their section to carry the torch into the next generation, their 10-year run in the industry may be coming to an end.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah, damn, we haven't done a long like that in a minute.
What?
Shit, niggas sweating over here.
But
Shit.
y'all know we comfortable as fuck with y'all. We be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, whatever.
and we don't really talk much through movies and shit like that. We
Yeah,
like
that's
to
why
watch.
we don't do reaction to like shows and shit, cause we
We like to watch.
like to watch it, stay quiet, and laugh. But hey, man, I'm talking at the end of the day, man. Y'all know what's up.
Make sure you like,
Subscribe.
comment,
Shut
hit
up.
notification
Cause
bell.
you know what, baby.
Baby.
That's
Gang.